All right, I was working all day yesterday, like 12 hours, and we had a big snowstorm around here and everything, but I just found out, well, earlier today, that Anderson Silva has tested positive for steroids. A couple different kinds of steroids, too, so, I mean, it's shocking because we always assumed Anderson Silva wasn't on steroids, but at the same time, in this sport, I mean, nothing's really shocking. You know, for years I've always known GSP was on steroids. And if you look at him, you say, oh, he's not. But, you know, every once in a while I would see a picture, like a snapshot, or you would just see like a video, a certain look, the light would shine a certain way, and you could see GSP just had that stereotypical, roided out, scary looking, roided out face. Like you see in like female bodybuilders, like, they're cute, and then all of a sudden you look at them and they got that scary steroid face. Like, I mean, GSP looks the same. If you put him up there like with a bunch of female bodybuilders, in their face with the lights the certain way, they all kind of look the same. They just got that, like, you know, if someone's like a meth head, they are on drugs, they got this certain look in their face, you know. And you can see that in GSP. I mean, for years, I mean, the guy's obviously a steroid user. You can see it. So, you know, Anderson Silva, you know, I don't know if it's something that maybe he has dabbled with steroids on and off in his career. And you got to remember, steroids are not illegal everywhere. Like in Pride, I don't know if steroids are illegal in Japan or not, but in Pride they certainly didn't care. And, you know, up in Canada, things are a little bit different. GSP always fights in Canada. And, you know, there's different laws in different places, but, you know, it's kind of weird, but, like, it makes me think if Anderson Silva's got two different kinds of steroids in him now, that he probably has done this in the past. And, unless it was something that he just physically felt like he just wasn't strong enough, or he just didn't want to lose. You know, so I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much control the UFC has over this testing stuff, but the UFC is worth a lot of money, man. They are worth just an incredible amount of money. It's a massive organization. People don't even realize. You look at the Chicago Bulls, Chicago Bears. I live in Chicago, but you know, these football teams. The UFC is way bigger and has more money than all these companies. They're a big deal. They have a lot of money. So, I mean, is it a coincidence that Anderson Silva, now that he's old and going to retire, that now they bust him on steroids? I mean, why didn't you bust him before? Maybe because we're going to make millions of dollars off these big fights? I mean, I don't know, but it seem kind of weird. These guys retire and then they bust him for steroids. And then it comes out, like, you know what I mean? Like Mark McGuire on steroids, like, whoa, it was okay. We'd have busted him. It wasn't a problem when he was making us all this money. And then after they're through with him, and they're going to go, then it's, you know, now who is the other guy? I can't think of his name real quick. Then Anderson Silva knocked out like a few fights ago with the knee. I just drawing a blank on his name. But he was the same thing. He retired and, we busted him for steroids, you know. So it's like, so they busted other guys too, but then other guys are totally allowed to just be jacked on roids, like Vitor Belfort. Like, Vitor just jacked, like, I mean, it doesn't really make any sense. So, I don't really care one way or another, but, like, you know, I guess it keeps it somewhat legit. Like, if you just told guys to take steroids, I mean, all you would have was just these jacked up guys. I mean, they'd look like Vitor looked, you know, when he was all jacked up, or they'd look like Overeem. Everybody would look like that. And that's just what the fights would be. So, I mean, I guess in a way it's kind of cool that it's a slippery slope of who's legal and who's not, and it somewhat keeps it in check. And over time, I don't know. I I don't know if steroids will help you more in your career or hurt you. I would say that it would hurt you more because you would have ups and downs in your strength level and in just the way you feel and your endurance rather than be consistent. But if you're consistent and you lose, then you're not going to be doing too good, you know. Like, look at Alistair Overeem. I mean, look how long it's taken him to rebound. And he's never really fully rebounded, but when he went off steroids, I mean, his career took a dive. And I think now he's finally adjusting his fighting style to where he realizes he can't just stand there and get hit, you know. Because before it was just like, just go in and hit somebody one time and the fight's over. I mean, and just push them over, you know, and that was it. Like, so I can't really say, but I'm not. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really real surprised. It's just a little bit bizarre. Like, yeah. I mean, it's a little weird, but the whole thing is weird. But anyway, yeah, that's that, and I don't really care. I mean, I don't know, whatever, you know. Does that mean the fight doesn't count? You know, I think when something like that happens, the fight shouldn't count on their record. I know, yeah, I don't know if it's like that. What they do that in the UFC, like when the guys test positive, if they like this, like, you know, do they take the loss off Nick Diaz's record? I mean, really, they should. I mean, if the guy had steroid, you know, blatantly on steroids, but it was like a test before the fight, you know, which, again, it's before the fight, but, okay, we see he's on steroids, but we're going to let him go ahead and fight so we can make all the money. Like, the whole thing is just kind of stupid. You know, it's just really, like a big scam and kind of a disappointment, really, but, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't like steroids in the sport, but, you know, it's not surprising, but it's really more of, I don't really blame the fighters. I don't blame Anderson Silva. It's more like, it just, to me, it seems like a scam. Like, it's a scam. Like, okay, they just fought, and like everything I just said, so, you know, I don't know what to even really say about it, but it is a little bit shocking, and we never thought Anderson Silva was on steroids, and there's a good chance he's probably been doing this all along, and he probably had a way where he was taking other drugs that, you know, so it wouldn't show up, and that's probably what he's been doing the whole time, because why would he start now? You know, why would he start now? So, all right, I'll see you guys later.